Hi everyone, this is Dr. J. Another video for this week, and that is how do you find some of these academic resources and articles that I need to use for my Project One assignment? Where do I find them? What's the best way to find them? And one of the easiest ways to do that is to use some of the very resources that are available to you as an NJCU student. Specifically, we could use our online catalog from the Guarini library. Now, the easiest way to get into our library, let's say, for example, before I get started, let's, for example, say my topic is on cognitive load theory, and I wanted to learn a little bit more about it, see what the research says, read some articles that are peer reviewed, and I just want to see what's available to me for free, since, well, free in the sense that you don't have to pay for it. It's part of your tuition. It's part of your services here at NJCU. So how do I do that? Well, within my Blackboard course shell, I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to see that I have a couple of links, including the NJCU institutional links and resources. I'm going to click on this link. It's going to expand, and I'm going to go down to the Congressman Frank J. Guarini Library. So I'm going to click on this link. I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to come down here to the library search results to WorldCat. WorldCat is kind of like the Google of the NJCU library. I can search everything under a particular title that includes books, videos, etc. Or I can narrow my search down by using these tabs on top. In this case, I'm going to look for articles, and I want to look for anything that has the words cognitive load theory. Helps if you spell it right, of course. Okay. Once you do that, press enter. The search begins. Enter the WorldCat Library. Google search is going to search and see what's available for me under what I search. Well, right now, it has found over 16,000 results. A couple things to note here. If you want to try to get things that are a little bit more easier for you to find, you can use these filter options here on the left part of the screen. Specifically, right now, it's only limited to the Guarini library, which is what I would recommend that you do, because we want to be able to find things that we can actually access for free, for no additional fee in this case. So I'm okay with article chapters and articles, which is what I want. I'm going to also specify here, I want to find either full text or open access. Right now, it's going to search for everything, but I can just say full text. Full text just simply means that there is an actual document available that I can download, and that's what I want. So I'm going to leave it there. And it searches and immediately gives me only full text items, as you can see here. I could also search by, the last couple of years as well. So I could search in the last 5 years, 10 years. For research purposes, I like to always use things within, no, preferably within the last 5 years. Sometimes it's not possible to find something in that range. So I'll expand it to 10 years. And that's okay. But for our purposes right now, I'm going to search and see what particular articles exist. And I see quite a few things that are here. Some of them might be duplicative, by the way, but the point is I found this article from John Sweller from February 2020, only 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. So I see that there is a preview here. I can click on this link to read a little more, if there's more information, just to kind of get a sense of what this article is about. I can see additional resources and other subjects that are covered here, such as short-term, long-term memory, et cetera, et cetera. So I go, okay, this sounds interesting. Let me access it. So I got this option here, which I can click on, which is view full text. And sometimes you might need to log in and put in your NJCU credentials. In this case, I already logged in, so I have my article, which is great. I can read through this and see what is available to me. So I can read through this, read the article, see the information that's available, and I could also, if I don't have time to read it right now, I can download it. I can print a PDF of it if I wanted to. You also have what's called a permalink. A permalink allows you to create a simple link that I can click on, highlight, and send to myself so I can click on that link later on and access this document later. And I can do that again by clicking on the permalink link as well. But let's just say I decide, hey, this is an article that I want to read. And this is something that I want to find. This is great. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Um, one of my best practices is to click on the citation button, which usually if you hover over it, it'll tell you what it is. It's not doing it for me right now. But if I click on this citation button, it'll give me, it's not always perfect, by the way, an approximation, or at least a good sense of what the reference looks like. So in this example, I have one here for different format types, which is why you want to make sure that you select the one for APA 7th edition, and you have your references here. I can copy this, paste it, and include it in my reference section, which we'll talk about next week. But the point is here, it's not always perfect, but it gives me a good starting point that I can use. I can go back and look for my articles. Now, one thing I have also found sometimes is sometimes you realize, oh, that's not what I'm looking for. Let me see what else I can find. Well, here's another article. Because it's got view full text, I can click on that link and access the document accordingly. Now, sometimes you may not be able to find what you're looking for based on your initial search result. So you may have to go through read the chapter a little bit, see what other topics or other wording or phrasing they might use. Another alternative is to find similar articles, right? And I could see like what other terms are being used here. Maybe I need to look under cognitive load, cognitive dissonance, cognitive skill, human cognitive architecture. I can use these as alternate searches to find other additional documents. For example, if I want to go back to the beginning, I'm just going to click here, go back to the beginning. Well, I didn't have to go that far back, but the purpose of showing you what I'm looking for. Let's say I wanted to find something on multimedia theory. And see what's available. Tons of articles have come up. I can see some with view full text, which is great. And all of these appear to have it up, except for this one. So far, there's no button here. Also, maybe it's not loaded yet, but the point is I can come in here, do a search. If I need to narrow this down a little bit, go to full text. I could also limit this to the last 10 years. Your search criteria is listed here, so you can see specifically what's available to you. And if you're not sure, remove some of the filters. Right, you can do that by going back up to the top and saying, I just want to see what's available to me. I don't care if it's an article or a book chapter. Book chapters are acceptable sources of information as well. So I can find this ebook as an option, right? So there's a lot of things that you could do to take a look and see what else is available. It's not just articles, but you can view ebooks, etc. The point is, folks, I want you to get used to and comfortable searching for things here. Now, if you are not finding the topic that you need or the articles are just not available to you, don't worry, there's an alternative. I will go to Google Scholar or scholar.google.com, and I'll do a search for multimedia and I can find what articles might exist. Sometimes I can get access to these links. Sometimes I may need to use these links over here. For example, there's an article here from ResearchGate. These are usually accessible to me for free. They tend to be open access articles, so I can see alternative who else is available. In this case, ResearchGate is giving me this article from Richard Clark. Research and Theory on Multimedia Learning Effects. And this was from 1992. So, okay, maybe not the year I'm looking for. It's a little too old, but the point is I can go in and access different articles that are available to me. This gives me a lot of leeway in terms of being able to also download it. I can copy it, share it, excuse me. I could also come over here and say, since 2020, here's another one from Helion, 2020. So I can view this particular book. Has multiple authors. I'll accept the cookies. So here's a PDF I can get from Science Direct. Talks about multimedia tools and the teaching and learning process and learning processes. So I could see here that, and some of these tools, by the way, will have citation features and shareable features here as well. I can go through this and read my chapter and learn more about multimedia. So if you're not finding what you need in the Guarini library, remember, you can always go back to Google Scholar as another alternative. Again, you can also use your textbook from this course to help you as a resource in your Project 1 assignments. Again, although I'm doing this for Project 1, what I just showed you is applicable to any of the courses that you'll be taking here in the program. So with that, email me if you have any questions, and happy hunting in terms of finding your content. Thanks again, everyone.